Hello, everyone. Welcome to the UIA Completion Grants track. Thanks for joining us. I'm Zhewei Gregory, the Project Director of Student Success at Georgia State University, UIA Fellow, and also the Project Lead of the UIA Completion Grant Program. It is a great pleasure to have you join our sessions. We look forward to the insightful conversations with our amazing panelists during the panel discussion and also the virtual roundtable discussions with our campus teams around the playbook development. We'll also announce an exciting opportunity regarding campus level evaluation at the end of the workshop session, so please stay tuned. Next page, please. So I'm just going to provide a brief overview of UIA Completion Grant Program. The program really started by questions arose among many universities, such as what happens when students approaching graduation have exhausted all financial aids but still face financial difficulties, and what can we do to prevent students from stopping out right before the finish line? And inspired and modeled by Georgia State's Panther Retention Grant, in 2017, the UIA launched a three-year strategic financial intervention initiative funded by the Gates Foundation and Great Lakes Higher Ed Corporation, the Completion Grants Project, across all 11 member institutions. By awarding a small grant of up to $1,000 to each eligible student, the completion grant is aimed at removing the modest financial hurdles for college seniors to enroll, persist, and complete their degree. Each campus has set up a wonderful completion grant team, including administrators from financial aids, enrollment services, student support services, data and information specialists, and institutions establish their own local process for identifying eligible students to be awarded the grant, dispersing funds each term, collecting data, and communicating with the UIA central team. So each institution chose a name for its own grant program to reflect the unique personality of their campus and also to build support on the campus. The founders have established certain parameters for grant eligibility, and the campuses have agreed to these parameters. First of all, the recipients must have achieved senior level standing defined by the institution, and they must be currently enrolled or enrolled within the last 2 terms and currently within 3 quarters or 2 semesters of graduation. And they must be in good academic standing with the university, for example, GPA 2.0 or above, and they must have an EFC of $7,000 or less with preference to Pell recipients, and having accepted all available aid for which they're eligible. And the recipients must have an unpaid balance such that $1,000 or less of grant funding will allow for them to for enrollment in the current or following semester. So these are the parameters for the grant eligibility, and of course, our institutions working within the parameters have certain flexibility in terms of the timing of the grant, making the awards, as well as making decisions on awarding the students. So following the first awarding in fall 2017, all 11 UIA institutions having been participating in the program and have awarded for all terms up to and including spring 2020. So up to date, 4,000 students across all 11 campuses have been awarded for a total amount of about $3 million. Data we have collected from the campuses have generated findings about student demographics. The grant recipients are more racially diverse than other students. For instance, 44% identify in the underrepresented minority race group compared to 26% of all fall seniors. And the group of students of summer awards as you can see in the chart, it is even more diverse, with 50% and then 53% identifying as an underrepresented minority. And other demographics include age, where awardees older than other students, and gender, where more females than males have been awarded, and also most of the awardees come from lower income family backgrounds than the rest of the general population. Another factor is awardees are more likely to be transferred students at certain campuses, for instance, ASU, UCF, and Georgia State. We've also identified really amazing student success outcomes based on the data we have collected. As of spring 2019, 63% of fall awardees, 2017 awardees, and 59% of spring 2018 awardees and 24% of fall 2018 awardees had graduated. And when we combine the graduation rates and re-enrollment rates as an overall success rate for each cohort by each term, 79% of fall 2017 awardees, 80% of spring 28, and 85% of fall 28 awardees had either graduated or still remain enrolled. From the student surveys we sent out in 2018 and 2019, we have received 131 responses in 2018 and 172 responses for 2019 student survey, and we have identified some key findings from these awardee surveys. For instance, the students reported positive impact of the completion grant awards. 88% strongly agreed that the grant has helped them stay enrolled, and 76% agreed that this will increase their likelihood of graduating sooner. We also asked students to identify their financial struggles outside of that would affect their academic progress, and the financial challenges beyond tuition and fees. For example, difficulty paying for books and supplies, lack of funds for medical care, food insecurity, lack of reliable transportation, and housing insecurity. The importance of various services and other factors in reaching academic goals also was reported to by students, such as increases to financial aid, and also degree planning or career or financial counseling. And this actually these findings have helped our participating institutions to adapt their strategies and provide additional services. For example, several institutions have implemented the financial counseling services as a combo with the awards of the grant. So in terms of the project next steps, as we all know, it's a 3-year initiative, and now we're headed toward the end of the program, and we're wrapping up the project. So for between now and early next year, also because some of the campuses have had a little bit difficulty of expending all the allocated funds, and some other campuses actually have identified their higher demand in absorbing the funds. So in mid-June 2020, we're gonna make decisions on fund reallocation after discussing with the funders. And by June the 19th, we will what our first campus level evaluation proposal is due, and this is the announcement I mentioned earlier in the beginning. We're gonna make at the end of the playbook workshop session. And by the end of June, a fully further developed playbook outline and content after we gather all the feedback from this convening will be shared with our campuses. And by the end of August, we're going to share the completed playbook and collect feedback, and also run the alpha test with our campuses. In October, we're going to as usual, we'll collect campus data, the progress data, as well as the evaluation data. In between September and October, the second beta test of the playbook online version will be run with the campuses and the founders, and we'll collect feedback from all campuses. In November 2020, campus level evaluation, the first draft of deliverable will be due in December 20. The final draft will be due, and in between November and December, the playbook and the will be finalized, and the final product will be launched online. And in the spring 2021, we'll do the final round of data collection for the additional funds that will be absorbed by several campuses. So this is just a quick rundown of the project next steps and the timeline. Thank you very much. On behalf of the UIA Completion Grant, we would like to express our gratitude for all the campus Sea Grant teams, and your dedication and your hard work have provided students with a better life, a more promising and meaningful future. Please enjoy the rest of the completion grant sessions and convening. Thank you.